and welcome to another video here on One Team Inertia. And as we all know, Alex Dyer has now left his role at Kilmarnock and we're in the hunt for a new manager. So before we start, I'd just like to say thank you to Alex Dyer for all his efforts over the past couple of years, especially during the Steve Clarke era, where he was so vital to all the success we achieved in that time, and we wish him every bit of good luck for the future. And of course, he's always welcome back at Rugby Park anytime he likes. So obviously now that we need a new manager, the rumours have started, the speculation has started, and today we're just going to take a quick look at the top 5 current choices for manager in terms of who the Killie fans want and also who the betting sites think is in the hot seat to get the job. So starting off with the front runner for the job at Evans, it's former Motherwell boss Stephen Robinson. I think he'd be a very popular choice with Killie fans. He's certainly my preferred choice for the job. Obviously did a fantastic job at Motherwell for a number of years, got them to Europe, got them into cup finals regularly. He's well respected in Scottish football and he likes to play good football as well, which is so important. The only negative from his side is that he sort of left Motherwell earlier this season when the going kind of got tough. He didn't manage to stick it out. But I think overall he'd be a fantastic Killie manager, and certainly one of the reasons why he's one of the front runners and one of the top choices for Killie fans to succeed. Alex Dyer, also one of the front runners, you'd have to say, is former St Johnstone boss Tommy Wright. Made the Pershore side a consistent top 6 team, got them to cup finals, and obviously won the cup with them in 2014. So he was constantly getting them to punch right above their weight. So another man who knows Scottish football so well, really well respected, and I'm sure he'd do a fantastic job as well, even if it's just to the end of the season to steady the ship, keep us up, and then we can move forward from there. The only real negative with Tommy Wright is that he kind of struggled in his last couple of months as St Johnstone manager. The team were just dreadful. They weren't winning any games at all, and it's something that we maybe need to look at. But without a doubt, the two front runners there, Stephen Robinson and Tommy Wright. One of the front runners on the betting sites is our current director of football, James Fowler. I don't think he'd be a particularly popular choice with Killie fans. I think that would be seen as a bit of a cop out from the board if they were to appoint James Fowler to the end of the season. Obviously, he does have the experience of being, an assistant under Jack Ross at St Mirren, and Sunderland did particularly well at St Mirren. But to be honest, I don't think he's sort of in the same boat as Alex Dyer. He's a coach, he's an assistant manager, and I don't think he's quite ready yet to take the step up to a full-time manager. So I don't think that would be a popular choice, and I can't really see the board going down that route at the minute. The fourth one is a bit of a left field name, Derek Adams, former Ross County manager. He won league titles a number of times with Ross County in the lower leagues, brought them up to the Premiership over 2 spells, and he's also been manager of Plymouth Argyle and Morecambe. So he's certainly been around a long time. He knows Scottish football very well, and he's pretty well respected in Scottish football. But whether he'd be one that the board are looking at, I'm not entirely sure on that. I think they'd be looking more at managers that have managed in the league more recently than Derek Adams, but it's certainly someone who the bookies think is in with a shout. And finally, of the top 5, we've got former Killie legend, or still current Killie legend, but former player Gary Holt. Obviously just left Livingston in November, previously manager of Falkirk as well, and he had a coaching stint at Norwich City down south as well. In terms of Livingston, he did a fantastic job there for a couple of years, kept them in the league when really they were favourites to go down and get relegated, and then led them to their second highest ever finish in the Premiership with a 5th place finish a couple of years ago. He's currently got the sporting director role at Falkirk, but I think if he was to get offered the Killie job, he'd probably leave Falkirk in a heartbeat and come to Rugby Park. So another one that the Killie fans have been sort of wanting for a little while, especially when Alessio was sacked and Dyer was the man that was coming in. I think Gary Holt was a favourite there, and his name's been bandied about again, not quite as much as it was last time. Maybe Killie fans are a bit more intent on getting a fresh face through the door rather than getting more sort of club legends coming through. But it's certainly a possibility, and I'm sure Gary Holt will be inquiring about the job, no doubt. So those are sort of 5 main front runners at the minute. Obviously, it changes day to day and week to week. We're hoping to have, a manager in at least by next weekend. Possibly not for the Celtic game midweek. That'll be a bit of a stretch. I think it will be Andy Millen that will take the team there. But a couple of other names in contention, a couple of interesting names. Ian Holloway, for example, Gary Monk, former Swansea manager, and Ali McCoist as well, who seems to get linked with the job pretty much every time there's a vacancy at Killie. So how much you can read into the rest of them, I'm not entirely sure. I think they're just seeing sort of who's available. But certainly of the front runners, you'd think that Tommy Wright and Stephen Robinson are the main two that you'd think, yeah, those are the ones that you could see in the job. And they certainly seem to be the two favourites among Killie fans. For me personally, Stephen Robinson would be my choice. Try and get him down long term, and he can start to build a kind of project at Kilmarnock like he did with Motherwell and take us up back into the top six and even further again. So that'd be my choice, but let me know what your choice is down in the comments. Hopefully it won't be too long before a manager is appointed. Hopefully they've been looking at possible options for the last couple of weeks when it's obvious that the discontent has been there, but let me know what you think. Anyway, and we'll wait to see who it is that is appointed the next Killie manager.